So, Gaston, an egotistical hunter who wants to marry Belle and won't stop until he achieved his goal.
I'll have Belle for my wife. Make no mistake about that.
In this video, I'll be talking about why I think Gaston is not only one of the greatest Disney villains, but one of the greatest Disney characters as a whole. One of the main reasons why I think what makes Gaston great is what he represents. Gaston represents toxic masculinity, and he represents it really well. Heck, he's pretty much Disney's, if you know, you know. There are of course people in real life who are like Gaston. You know, people with big egos and a high charisma. Like I said, if you know, you know. But that's what I like about Gaston. His evilness can be easily seen in the real world. And that makes him pretty scary actually. The deadly sin that Gaston represents is pride. Well, obviously. His pride of course led him to commit many bad acts such as conspiracy and attempted murder. Not only that, but Gaston's pride has also led him to commit the other 6 deadly sins. Well, technically all but sloth, but I'm counting this scene as sloth, so screw it. First up being lust, which is his desire for Belle. Greed, as he sees Belle as his trophy wife. Is that how greed works? Maybe, I don't know. Envy, which is when he gets jealous when he finds out that Belle had feelings for the beast. Wrath, which after he gets rejected by Belle, he goes mad. Not to mention his physical abuse on LeFou. And gluttony, which...
When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large.
It pretty much shows that pride can be the deadliest sin if it's being used the wrong way. To me, another thing that makes Gaston great is how unique he is. To me, Gaston stands out among the other Disney villains, especially the ones in the Renaissance era. Well, other than Frollo of course, because he's technically the best Disney villain. Unlike most Disney villains who are feared by all, Gaston is beloved by all, and everyone worships him as a hero.
Gaston is the best and the rest is all the rest.
His main motivation stands out compared to the other Disney villains. Unlike most other Disney villains' motivation, like Scar's I will rule Pride Rock, or Jafar's I will take over Agrabah, or Clayton's I will sell gorillas for the fortune, Gaston just wants to marry Belle, which is fairly harmless compared to the others. And even a motivation as harmless as that still causes him to be a villain. Another thing I like to point out is his character arc. In contrast to the Beast's character arc, where he gets better as a person, Gaston on the other hand, gets worse and worse. Gaston didn't start out evil. He just started out as a narcissistic asshole and a buffoon. But it's when he gets rejected by Belle he turned evil. After everyone sings his praises, Gaston's first evil plan was to lock up Belle's father, Maurice, into the asylum to blackmail Belle into marrying him. Later on, Gaston finds out that Belle was in love with the Beast, and it was this moment where he became an absolute psychopath.
We're not safe till his head is mounted on my wall. I say we kill the beast.
He rallies an angry mob to attack the Beast's castle, and then he went and attempted to murder the Beast. And this led to his demise. This what makes him stand out among the other Disney villains. Not only does his character arc parallels well with the Beast, unlike villains like Ursula, Jafar, or even Judge Cloud Frollo, Gaston didn't start out evil. He started as an asshole and turned into a villain. One more thing I like to point out. He started out as someone you can laugh at, into someone who's a genuine threat. Last thing I want to talk about are his songs. Gaston has 2 songs. The first one being Well...
Gaston!
And the other one is the mop song. The first song is about everyone singing how great Gaston is. Like I said before, Gaston is not a villain in a traditional sense since everyone in the town loves him. And this song perfectly showcases that. Which is kinda scary given how much of an irredeemable monster Gaston is. And a bit realistic too if you think about it. But that's one of the many reasons why I love this song. But man, the mob song is an underrated gem. This song shows how scary and threatening Gaston is, despite being played for laughs earlier. Like the same buffoon who can't read, able to manipulate an entire town, and is brave enough to go and fight the beast himself? Granted, it could just be him being overconfident. But it is still a literal beast we're talking about. While it might not be my favorite out of the two, this is still one of my favorite Disney songs. So, how does Gaston fare in the live-action remake? Well, I haven't fully seen the live-action version of the movie, but I still do like his songs. And from what I've seen, he does seem a bit smarter than his animated counterpart. Still prefer the animated one though. So in conclusion, no one is a character just like Gaston. Happy 100th year anniversary Disney, and I'll see you all next time.